Hi everyone, welcome back to Area Blog once again. So in this video, we are going to learn about line chart, bar chart, and scatter plot. So these are the most common plot used in a data analysis to visualize pattern and trend, right? So so the question is why these plots? So first, if you see line chart, that is visualize trend over time, right? And if you go to the bar chart, that compare categorical data, right? And in a scatter plot, so it show relationship between two variable, right? Each plot type serve a different purpose in analysis. So what we'll do, we'll create a file that's a line bar and scatter dot py, right? So we'll import first, import matplotlib dot py plot as plt, right? This is how you import, and we'll say x equals to 1 2 3 and then 4 and then 5, right? And suppose you can y equals to, we can say 10, we can say 20, we can say 40, now we can say 2, or we can say 40, we can say 60, we can say 80, we can say 3, we can say 7, right? This kind of data we are going to plot, y-axis, right? Now we'll say plt dot plot, right? Now we'll say x and then y, plt dot plot, and we'll say x and y. We're going to pass x and y. We'll say marker. So marker o is basically, I'll explain basically what it does. First, let me write. So marker, say o, and color we can give equals to, we can give blue, right? And line style equals to, we can give a dash, like this kind of. So this is how we have defined. Now we'll say plot dot title. We're going to say line plot, right? And we are going to say plt dot x label. We'll say x axis, and then plt dot y label, and we are going to say y axis, right? And then we are going to say plt dot show. This is like that show our chart. So let me explain one by one. So xy is basically our axis, what data, and marker, what it does, basically marks point whenever the data point, like suppose when you connect the chart 10 to 20, it will connect with a marks point, like at 10 it will marks point, at 20 it marks point, 2 at it will marks a point, right? And the color is basically the color blue, and line style it is going to say dashed line, right? Now let's run it and see how it creates. So python will say line. Oh, something we have missed here. Okay, it's a we have five, say 1 2 3 4 5, and 10 to 60. Let's remove this. Now let's run it. Right. So this is that the marker 0, and the line style is basically dashed, right? X-axis we know that label, y-axis we know, and this is the title, right? And we connected, that is 10, then 20, then 2, and then again it goes 40 and then 60, right? That's how you can create a line chart in a matplotlib. Now we'll create bar chart. So for that, what we'll do, we'll just comment this, and we'll switch to the next video. And like we'll create a variable that's a categories equals to, that is say a, we can say b, we can say c, and we can say d, right? Now we will define values, and we'll pass, that is 10, 15, 7, and then 12, right? This is the category. Now I'll plot the bar chart. PLT bar equals to say categories, and then we'll pass values, and and then we'll say color equals to, you can pass green, right? You can pass any color, and then PLT dot title, we'll say here that is bar chart. This is our chart, and for the label we're going to say X label is going to be categories, right? And label is going to be values, right? And then we'll say plt dot show. Let's run it, and we'll see what we get it here. So yeah, see, we got the bar chart, the green color, title, categories, and values. Right? That's how we create a bar chart. Now, bar chart basically used for categorical comparison, right? Now we are going to create a scatter plot. So for the scatter plot, comment this. Let me use this. Okay. So what I'll do this, comment this, and we'll change this value. We can say 5, we can say 7, we can say this as a 8, and 7, and we can, right, and could be 99, we can say 86, we can say 87, we can say 88, and then 60. That's okay, right? Now we're going to plot a scatter plot. So we'll say plt dot scatter, right? And we have to pass x and then y, and color we can say equals to, we can say red, and s equals to 100. That is going to be a marker size, right? Now we'll say plt dot title, and say scatter plot example, right? This is our scatter plot example. We'll say plt dot x level, we are going to say x axis, and then plt dot y level, that is going to be y axis, right? Now we'll say plt dot show. So we'll close this, and we'll clear this, and we'll run this. So we can see we got the scatter plot, right? That first say it's x is this 5, this is x axis, and this is y axis, and this is title, right? And we can say the s color, basically that s is a marker size, right? We give the radius, that is 100 basically. So the question is, it, so basically if you confuse about s, it's basically adjust the marker size. So let's say we can give it 10, right? So what we'll do, we'll close this, and we'll clear this, and we'll run this again. So we'll see the size is right. In some sense you can understand it is a radius, like it will increase the size once you keep increasing the value of s, right? Now the question is when to use plot. So whenever you have a time series and trend data, you can use the line chart, right? That is very good. And whenever you have a category data or a comparison data, you can use bar chart. And for the correlation and relationship, you can use the scatter plot, right? That's how. So that's how, and where you can use, right? And that's it for the line, bar, and the scatter plot in matplotlib. Now you can visualize data in a different way depending on your need. Either it could be a scatter plot, it could be a line plot, or it could be bar, like depend on time series data, categorical data, and the correlation and relationship data, right? So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you into the next one, right?